Alright guys, today's video is gonna be something slightly different in terms of what I normally do here, but this video is actually a video response to a video on Goku T23 did a while ago on his top 10 favorite anime characters, and this isn't necessarily disagreeing with that. It's more so me just giving my own personal list of who I think are the favorites. So, coming in at number 10 would have to be, I guess, Freed and the rest of the Thunder Legion. Basically because, sure, I know that they were just kinda Lox's dogs, but in their own way, every member is strong in their own way. So, I guess they really couldn't help with being blind by Lox's stupid plan to become a guild master, to try and force, Migrant to retire. Coming in at number 9 would have to be, let's see. Coming in at number 9 would have to be, Juvia. Simply because I think she's, interesting, even though I find her a bit annoying with having the, let's call it a crush on Gray, even though it's sort of like an obsession from what I've seen of the, show so far, but a useful character nonetheless. Coming in at number 8 would have to be Migrant himself, because him being the guild master and all, I think it's only fitting that he should be there. Now, the reason why he's only number 8 on here is because with him being the guild master, he tends to step back and let everybody else, the guild all handle everything, but when he does have to get serious, it's pretty ferocious. Coming in at number 7 would have to be, I guess, Gray himself, because I just think Gray's sort of very interesting, and also probably one of the better wizards on there. Now, this is where Goku T23's and I's list kind of differs, because for some reason, and this is totally his opinion, just like it is mine, but for some reason he doesn't tend to like Gray, even for what reason I don't know, and that's totally his choice. But for me, Gray does have a slightly tough guy act to it, like not in the same way as other people that we'll get to on the list in a second, but he just sort of adds that tough guy act that I think it's kind of cool. So Gray for number 6. Coming in at number 5, I guess we would have to say Elfman, because he's the type of guy that well, really, to quote him in his own words here, acts like a real man. But if we've all seen this far into the show at this point, the only reason he did that is because, or acts that way I should say, because a long time ago, before the events of the series happened, Elfman and his two sisters, Mia and Lazana, were on a quest, and the enemy was really powerful, and Elfman basically had no choice but to resort to a beast takeover mode, and he accidentally killed his sister, Lazana, which in turn drove him to be real guilty for a while, like to the point of sobbing every time at the grave. So he kinda got that tough guy act eventually from Natsu, which will reveal his place in the list shortly, but much respect to Elfin for being a real man. Coming in at number 4 would have to be, let's see, I guess Gajil, because kinda like Ray, he kinda adds that tough guy attitude, and I think he's a real great rival and antagonist for Natsu, sorry. And yeah, plus he's a fellow Dragon Slayer, so coming in at number 3 would have to be sorry G, this is where you're probably really going to not like this, but I gotta give number 3 to Urza. Not because I don't think she's a great character and whatever, but just because I think she's a little too stuck up, if you ask me. But hey, this is all opinion based, right? Coming in at number 2, I would have to say Joel, just because of the way he was portrayed in the few arcs that we had him, even though in the first part he was portrayed it was as a villain, but I think he really started to shine when his memory got erased from being sealed in the Tower of Heaven after it was destroyed. And coming in at number 1, this is going to be a 2-in-1 for me, because these two individuals I feel are what always make the show. And that would have to be Natsu and Lucy individually. Natsu just because he's the main hero of the story, and not to mention, and because of that, he's the one always taking the brunt of the force. And Lucy just because she may or may not end up with Natsu at the actual end of the franchise, whenever hero himself decides to announce that. But another reason they're tied at number 1 together is they always seem to bring out the best in each other, let's say. Sure, I know a lot of people were saying Urza manages to coats to bring out a lot in Natsu too, but really when he's in a tight spot, who's the only one that always seems to be able to give him that last push? Sorry G, I had to go with Lucy and Natsu for number 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and G, I hope this doesn't bring any bad blood towards me or nothing. I didn't make this video to bash your list, I just said to give my opinion, and I hope the rest of you guys enjoyed, and keep on rocking. And G, if you, and Goku T23 want to see this, don't kill me.